Baby worms.
More sex.
Yep.
This
More
is the How
sex,
Babies
right?
Are Made episode.
Damn.
What up, y'all? It's episode 6 of the Grateful Nerd Show.
Yo.
Grateful Smoking.
What up, dude? How's it going? I feel like it's been a while since we've we really haven't talked much in the past couple of weeks.
Like
Been
2
busy.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Found a little bit of time to pod with Albrije, and then that was about it.
Yeah, that was kind of our big big bang before I kind of fell off the radar for a little bit. Went to a little music festival. Got to meet one of the community members, so that was a lot of fun.
Wasn't
We're
me.
gonna so we're not gonna go too much into it. We were able to convince him to come on, so we'll have
Yep.
we'll have a guest. So, but other than that, man, what have you been up to?
Nothing. Just trying to find other people to play with me while you were gone.
I know.
Nah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been gardening a lot. Been watching some TV and some movies, working on stuff.
Sweet, man. Let's just jump right into it. I guess we'll do the what are you smoking on right now, since I'm just lighting this joint.
I just had some Frogception V1 because I did harvest that. I believe I said that in the last episode. Harvested it.
Hell yeah. Cool, man. And actually, we're not too far off. I am smoking the last little remnants. Well, I keep saying last little remnants because I've got a little bit left each time, but I've got some of my Days Sabrana that I'm still working on. So,
nice.
At least that's apparent to what you're smoking. So we're kind of smoking the same thing. So
yeah, but I'll find the seed one day on the floor in here.
It'll be around there. It's around there somewhere. So we'll get you. We will get that plant in your garden one of these days for sure.
I have been cleaning the basement a lot, and when I like put stuff in the dustpan, I'll look for it, and I haven't found it yet.
Oh, bummer! I'm telling you, it'll just randomly show up one day, and you'll have to plant it just for the hell of it.
Yeah, right. That'd be great.
Yeah, man.
I've been lifting weights a lot, and I've been cleaning the basement. So like, I have a weight bench, as you know.
Yep.
On the other side of my desk right here, but I don't have enough room to actually have a full barbell. I can only use dumbbells because if I use the barbell, it'd just knock everything off my desk right now.
Yeah. Hey, no, so that's something. Even I didn't really get into lifting weights a lot, but obviously being in the military, that was one of those things that we were kind of we had to do, right? And using those dumbbells, you're working out more stuff than just using that bar. So still a good workout. You're getting even more done for sure.
Yeah. So. Well, the issue I run into is I only have 15-pound dumbbells. So like once I need to move up in weight, I either got to buy more or start using the bar.
Or just DIY something, man. You'll be like in the jail yard, lifting up like cinder blocks in your basement or something.
Yeah, I like lifting. Like I've always enjoyed lifting weights, but I don't know, since I got out of college, so like my adult life, I'll get into lifting weights like once every couple of years, and then I'll become so obsessed that I like hurt myself, and then I'll stop for a couple of years, and then I'll try it again, and then hurt myself. So this time I'm trying to be smarter about it, and I got an app where you log all the sets you do, but it gives you like a heat map of your body. So that way I know like stop exercising that muscle because you hit it hard this week, and then I can rotate around the different muscle groups.
That's a good idea. Don't skip leg day, as they say.
Yeah. So I'm doing that. Today's actually 1 week. Actually lifted a bit before we started recording.
Yeah, no, we don't have to get too much into it, but I know you were saying that you're looking to kind of ever since you really started your podcast, you've been wanting to improve yourself. And
Yeah.
I think recently is where you've been really, well, not recently, probably a couple months now, but you started with the bags and you started just getting that blood, blood pumping, moving around. Like you said, you work a desk job, so having
Two
that,
death shoves.
yeah, having that energy to get up and be able to do that workout, man, good on you, and I applaud you, and I can see it in you that you're really enjoying it, and if you keep on it, you're gonna notice those results, and I'm sure even in this short amount of time you've been doing it, you notice those results already, coming to fruition from your work. So keep it up, man.
Yeah, good.
I
I'm
congratulate
down.
you.
I'm down. I think like 21-ish pounds for the whole year. So since January 1st.
Hell yeah, man. And I just seem to
But
fucking keep gaining weight. So killing me.
I like using widgets on the home screen of my phone.
Yeah.
So I set up. Usually, I have my home screen be my to-do list. If you're not familiar with widgets, usually on the home screen of your phone, you have all your icons for your different apps. So this is, instead of having the icons, you just have a mini version of the app. So
Yeah, I think
like,
I use like the AC Infinity one is a good example,
yep,
right? Yeah.
yep, that's a good one. So I
Those are
usually
really
have
cool.
mine set up on like to-do list, but I just set it up now where I have my to-do list, and then I have my like health and nutrition tracker, and then I set up habit buttons
Yeah.
where every morning when I wake up, all the buttons are gray, and then as I do something throughout the day, I can click them and it'll turn green,
Okay.
and then that way I'm like, oh, so I
You already
try to do
got that out
three.
of the way. Yeah, yeah.
I try to do like 3 of the 5 every day, which is like
Okay.
it's like lift weights, like don't eat a bunch of junk food, like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, hey, that's great. And I'm glad, and I think that's one thing that you know, you and I are a lot alike in a lot of ways. But there's a lot of other things where we're completely different. And for you, being able to use that app and that kind of keeps you on track. For me, I do things by avoidance.
Yeah.
So like if I just and then if I give myself that task of like, hey dude, now you have to put something in your phone or you got to pay attention to this, I'll be like, well, I'm just gonna avoid doing that, and then I just won't do it. So I'm glad that works for you. If I had to personally do that, it would be one of those things where I'd probably do it for a week and then I would stop tracking it and then I would give up. Yeah, so it's really cool though.
I set up a lot of reminders on my phone, so that way my phone like goes off and it's like, hey, remember to do that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like being a stoner, my biggest problem is I forget half the shit I need to do.
True.
So
Yeah.
it's having
No.
it like very, very structured. Or I almost thought of it as like a video game, right? Like my to-do list
Yeah.
is like the
Objectives
missions I'm
and
on,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then the health is like my stats and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. No, it
Like,
makes sense. Like,
we did, while we've been apart, we did actually drop 2 videos in the past
yep.
week. They're
Yeah.
the same video, but no.
Double dipping. Fuck it.
Double dipping. Normally
So,
we would make 2 videos where if one was because normally we make instructional videos and we make vlogs, but oh, puppies are getting excited.
ooh.
All right, so we do vlogs and we do like instructional videos, and normally we would record them separately, but while I was editing Grateful's last vlog video for his breeding project, I thought he had explained how to use garden yo-yos like so well. I'm like, we can actually just take this, because you went through all the different moves, just like a regular yo-yo. There's little like tricks where you like wrap it
Sure.
around and shit.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean it's one of those things where to some people it may seem like a remedial task. It may seem like something very small, like hey, you stupid motherfucker, you should know how to fucking use that. And you're fucking stupid if you have to look up a video to figure out how to use it. In some cases, some people that is good, valuable information. And so if it's something that we can share and it makes it easier where, again, someone can just look that video up and be able to then get that information instead of just stumbling upon it inside, my vlog, right?
In
So,
the middle of it, yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, I think that was a great idea. It was something that wasn't intentional. When I made the video, um, we didn't say, hey, we're going to cut this area out to make it a second video. This was something, like always, all these videos that I make, I take the raw video and I send it to you, and then
Yeah.
you do with it as you want. And really early
Mostly
on, we
cry.
used to, yeah, right. I know. I feel bad, when I make these videos and I send it off, like that poor son of a bitch is gonna be looking at this shit for who knows how long. And yeah, I don't know how you do it, but you are one strong soul. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it just it's cool because again, we're putting out this one video, but this is two people are getting their hands on it from different angles, right? So like as me, the one putting, making that, doing the hands on and then sending it to you and then you digesting that knowledge that I'm putting out as from a different set of eyes. And I think it's kind of cool. It's what I think makes our videos just a little bit different that um we can kind of get that two different views on the same subject, right? And then I never would have thought to cut that out. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think
I
it's
just like
something
being
that,
creative with it, have fun in it.
yeah,
I,
yeah, no, it shows.
made
It shows for
made
sure.
fun of your
That,
wife in that video. So
yeah, like I said, I haven't had the chance to watch them yet. I usually try to, just so, I mean, so I take a lot of trust in you. As I don't know if most people know this, but when I take those videos, then I send them all inside of a shared drive that we have. And I think really early on we used to bounce the, like, you would send the video to me and I'd watch it and you're like, hey, is this good? And then we would ship it off. But I think that we've come to a trust together that I send them to you and then you post them because I go up looking even more stupid than I already do look. Then that kind of falls back on both of us, right? So I have a trust in you to put it up there and make me look better than I already normally do. But so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's it's something that I don't think most people know that it definitely takes to the creative side on the editing and the video making, and I am just the meathead in front of the camera. So
yeah, I cut a few jokes into the beginning of it, so when you watch it, it's pretty
okay,
funny.
yeah. That's what it was. Is it was as soon as we put that out, I was en route to my weekend of um, misery, as I call it. But it was actually wasn't too bad. Like
Yeah, how'd that go?
it was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot more fun than I had suspected. It We went diamond mining, or I guess technically they're not diamonds, but they're crystals. They're call them
Quartz
Herkimer.
crystals, I think?
Yeah, they're Herkimer diamonds. So
Yeah.
there's this area in the Catskills, and you can go camping. I believe it's in the Catskills or relatively close to there. And they have a area where I guess there's different types of quartz crystals, and they have different like fossils and this and that. And we got out there late Friday, and we will go back to this. But congratulations to the YAG crew. Like I said, we'll get back to that. But I'm gonna finish my story here. So we got there
Yeah, we
Friday.
missed you in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I was bummed. I was bummed. But so we got there Friday, and as of course, as I was going there, I was trying to make sure I had signal, but there was not signal for probably like 25 minutes away. So got there and we got our tent set up, and the next day we get all of our tools. You can pay people to give you tools to go bust rocks all day, and
Yep.
that's what we did. I felt like I was like I'm sitting there swinging this hammer. I was like, this is definitely punishment in certain states, and I just
Yeah.
paid somebody to let me come out and sleep in their yard and then bust rocks all day. So that's what we did. We started busting some rocks, and I did find a lot of cool crystals. and some different things that I'm not sure what they're called, but I've got some pictures on our Discord if you're interested in that. So we went there and we got into the mine. It's an open field, and they just kind of blow stuff into the rocks, and then you kind of dig off of that. But from about 8 o'clock in the morning till about noon, and then noon it started sprinkling, and then
Of course.
the kids went in, the wife went in. It was so they're in the tent, and then me and my brother-in-law are out there, and we're like, it was kind of more of a trip for us. I think we enjoyed it a little bit more, and it started pouring rain, and we're out there busting rocks, and then we kind of huddled in together underneath the tree, and we're like evaluating the situation, like what should we do. And then we just gathered everything, and then it was about 1 o'clock we went in, and we spent the rest of the day in the tent because it was pouring.
Damn.
So yeah, it didn't go quite as planned. I was hoping to get rich. I didn't realize that these diamonds were not actual diamonds. And like I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna hit it hard. I'll come with something. And yeah, no. So I took my happy ass to work today, and miserable as usual. So that was my weekend. 2 weekends in a row camping. So
Right. So I've actually been there, but not since I was like 8 years old.
it's a lot of fun, man. We should plan a trip or something and get a whole bunch of us to go out there. And I don't know that the grounds are 420 friendly, but they didn't say anything, so I'll take that as they were friendly. So
They got I tried to look for it to send you a picture. I think it's in the attic, and like I have like a box of mementos or whatever, but I have
okay.
it's a rock with the crystal sticking out of it, but it's like perfectly shaped.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
I got there.
Yeah, I never. I feel like I may have done it at some point, but to me, I've never been. I collect little things here and there. Like I'll pick up a cool rock, or but I never like intentionally went out and be like, I am going to go, rock hunting, or looking for fossils. I've never been that kind of person, but I'll be the kind of person that'll stare at the ground when I'm walking in the woods or walking next to a creek because I want to find something cool. So it definitely piqued my interest. I'm definitely going there again next year, and I kind of want to try panning for gold. I think that would actually be kind of fun. Get in the river and just start digging around, and I don't know.
See what you find, or you could do like a metal detector.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hey, it's another one of those hobbies, and I can see how people can get sucked into those things very quickly. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
but yeah, that was my weekend.
That's pretty good. I didn't do much.
No, you did get a break from me, so that's a plus, I guess.
I clean the garage a lot too. I'm starting to make another raised bed
Okay.
because I have enough scrap wood to put one together.
So you're so I think we've pretty much said that your outside garden is done and over with. You've harvested everything, and that's pretty much over.
I still got a couple tomatoes coming.
Okay.
My
How's it? Your pumpkin?
no
No.
pumpkin as far
Okay.
as I can tell, but the leaves are like
They're getting huge.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I was like, where did you come from? But yeah, I just have a couple. I have a cucumber that has a shitload of buds on it still, but nothing. So I think
Okay.
it's getting too cold. It's been cold this past week.
Dude, it's starting to get really chilly in the morning. It's really depressing. I know what's coming, so it kind of sucks. But this is my favorite time of year. I do have to say that.
I did get yeah, mine too, mostly because of Halloween. But
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I did get another 5 gallon bucket, so I figured probably this weekend I'll break all the plants down and start another JLF.
Nice. Nice. So you're right now we're kind of in the you're kind of in the process of getting that outdoor garden down, kind of prepping it for next year. And so you're gonna add one more bed. What size bed are you thinking?
Probably just based on the scrap wood I have, I think I could get away with a 2x2.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any visions for next year's garden? What you're really excited for, or anything that you want to improve this time around?
I want to get better at the natural gardening techniques. So I
Okay.
have JLF going now that I started in May, so it's like what 4-ish months old right now.
Okay. And was
And
that was from your early plant material outside, right? Like early spring that you did that, or what plant material were you using?
yeah, it's so I just the first time I mowed the lawn, I put a
Okay.
bag of it in there.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I also it was something I was reading. I think they call it spring grass JLF.
Okay.
I think I
Okay.
think they I think that's what it's called. But I also foraged like around the yard for like some moldy stuff, or anything with like fungus.
Yeah, yeah.
I picked mushrooms out of my
Okay.
yard, so I just have
Okay.
a bunch of stuff like early springtime stuff in there, and then I have another 1 gallon JLF going that's just cannabis.
Oh wow. So yeah, that's awesome, man. That's
And that one's
so
about 3 months old.
and so the one for the early the grass and stuff that you did, that first one you did, that's something that you're going to use outside for next year. Your cannabis one, are you going to use that outside, or are you going to try to mainly use that for more your indoor garden? Are you planning on doing the more natural farming indoors as well?
I figured the cannabis one I could use as almost like a water soluble, like water add in kind of thing.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. That'll be
So I
awesome.
figured that'd be good. If it doesn't smell too much, if it's not like photo P. No, people say
Dude,
JLF smells, right?
dude,
So
I'll tell you. And actually, speaking of I don't know if you had saw this. I was talking about it earlier. I think over in Alabrije's Discord. Um, I used some of the JLF that I had made from that one outdoor garden update that I did. Remember where I chopped all the stuff
oh
up from
yeah,
that
you
one
use
side?
that?
So I finally used that. I had just gotten mixed it up with some water, and I kind of poured it around the base of my uh, pumpkin. I did some of my fruit trees, just to kind of put it out there to see what was up. And as I'm pouring it, all of a sudden I hear my daughter gagging, and she's jumping on the trampoline, and she's like, "Daddy, something stinks." And I mean, she had to be like 20 feet away or so. And yeah, man, she's like, "It smells like chicken poop." And I was like, "All right." Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna stink, man. I'll tell you. Even if you put it you put it downstairs, it's gonna stink.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like straining it in the garage
Sure.
into like can I put it in like ketchup bottles, right? Where
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
and then I could just like squirt like
I think it's just the stuff that's suspended in the liquid. I don't know that it has to do with the plant material that stinks. It's
oh yeah.
just like photo plus, right? It's that
Oh, yeah, I
liquid. It's
more so
all the
meant just like something that'll when I stop pouring it out, it'll automatically seal itself back off
Oh, that's a good idea.
kind of thing. Or
Yeah.
like how Photo P is like it's kind of like it comes in like a shampoo bottle
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Nope.
Get something
Yeah,
like
that makes
that.
sense.
And then
Okay.
that way you can just be like, well,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that'll be cool to see how that works.
I even wonder if I mean, I don't know if it loses potency, but if you like put it in a bunch of bottles and then let the caps off for a day.
Yeah, so to my knowledge, I don't know how it does once you put it into bottles and you've taken that material, like you've strained the material out and then you put it in there. I don't know that I don't know if it keeps fermenting. I know that they say if you have that material that's in there, that it does get stronger over time. So like it actually sitting inside the vessel with the material in it. Um, Compared to what's broken down, say a month after you've started it, if you still have it in that
Yeah.
same vessel and stuff is breaking down, 5 months, a year later, it gets stronger and stronger, and you're using less and less. At least from my understanding.
You can keep dipping into it and letting it get stronger.
Yeah. So
But I
yeah,
figured I
I
would
don't.
just let these like go a set amount of time and then like 10 months or something and then
Yeah. No, I mean that makes sense. I mean, if you think about it, that's how not manufacturers, but the people that are making them, right? Like fermented plant extract guy, whatever that guy's name is. There's the soil makers do that stuff. That makes sense. I mean, because that's what they would do, right? They ferment it for a certain amount of time, or let it do its thing, and then they bottle it. So yeah, imagine it's got to be shelf stable for quite some time,
Yeah.
a long time. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see.
What about how's your how are your seeds coming? You got so many seeds.
Dude, it's I think the last episode we talked about the first harvest of the few smaller plants that I had, and I got a good amount of seeds from it. But I can tell you, I've got probably some of my bonsais, the drowsy labaca, the indios, the what else do I have? Oh, the other Chemlabrata, and then a couple other are getting very, very close. They're starting to get a little bit of the. I actually did one of my flyovers this morning, and you can kind of see some of those smaller plants starting to get a little bit of that senescence. They're starting to kind of get a little purple, or starting to look like they're getting really close. And I want to say they're all like day like 90 at this point. Like I'm just letting them go until they just don't need to. I've got no reason to cut them down, um, but yeah, I kind of want to get some of those seeds maybe maybe ready to go out to Hollywood when I go out there and have some of those for the homies out there. So I may end up
That'd be cool.
harvesting them kind of soon. So, but yeah, man, so all those little ones are getting pretty darn close, and then the main project, all the main girls are really starting to get big. Some of the purples. So I remember from my first grow with the 91 grapefruit, I had two phenos. There was what I call just the taller and then shorter one. The shorter one had more purples in it. And I can definitely see some of the purples are starting to come out, not, I wouldn't say we're late in flower, but, I think it's close to day 80 something. And that was about the time that they started purpling up last time. So, and I don't let well, not that I don't let, but my temperatures don't really drop significantly. So I think it's just in the genetics that they purple up a little bit. So it looks kind of cool in that final bud too when you grind it up and you get those little flakes of purple in there.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. So, but yeah, they're getting real close, man. I think the idea is that I'm just gonna let them go until I they just look like they're not gonna give me anything else. So we'll probably push it. I want to say we're on day 80 something now. So I'm gonna push them past what I would normally go unless I just get impatient. But who knows? We'll let her keep going until they look like they're just too sad to keep going.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was really surprised at the pictures you sent me of how many seeds you got just from the bonsais.
It's really wild, and I think some of that is contributed to it being a true male that pollinated the females, because from my understanding some plants, when you do the reversals, they don't always produce as much pollen, or sometimes it's just even not as much viable pollen. But from my understanding, when you have a true male pollinating, you tend to get more seeds because it just dumps everywhere. So he
No!
just dumps his load everywhere, and they don't have a choice but to carry a bunch of seeds. So yeah, it's wild, man. And I mean, if you
The
think
bees
about it,
part of the birds and the bees.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, if you think about it, right, like when we look at the plant, those all those little hairs that start pop up, those are all potential seeds, right? Those are the ones that catch the pollen in the air and then pulls it back in, and then that's how the mommy and the daddy plant make little baby seeds. Yep.
Well, I still I still think about last time you were over and you put two worms in each of my city pickers,
Yep.
and I was
Yep.
like, what if they're not attracted to each other?
Yeah. I think unfortunately for them, they just don't have a fucking choice. They
Yeah.
just get to doing it and they do it.
Like, oh my god, we're the last two on Earth.
Yeah,
Bye.
right. That's great. Yeah,
Ah,
but
shit.
speaking of that, you had mentioned today that your worm bin's popping off. What's going on with it?
I think I s- I think I did too much, and now I want to try to correct it a little bit.
Okay,
Couple,
thinking you're.
couple, couple things going on with it.
So
So
you added a bunch
yeah.
of plant material, and then you're did you not add enough brown, brown to plant material, whatever they say?
All right. So we'll pick up where we left off, I guess. Right. So when you were over, we talked about it probably 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
Y- you came over and like you went through it and you were like, oh, she's super hungry, blah blah blah, right?
Hmm.
Uh, so what I did is I put some more bedding down and
Okay.
then I put like a little layer of soil and then I've just been throwing scraps on it,
Sure.
right? And it's like still full, has a lot of good stuff in it. However, now I'm at the point where I'm like, how long do I let them multiply before I start doing the swapping process? And I currently don't have the second bin set up right now.
Okay.
So like should I so what I'm trying to debate right now is should I get the second bin at least with the bedding and the soil in it just so that when it's time to swap I'm ready because right now because I did open it up and there are
Mhm.
like some baby worms in the second bin just by themselves not doing
Okay.
anything
Yeah.
because there's nothing in there. So I was thinking taking out the empty bin, putting bedding, soil, put a bunch of compost on, and then stack them, and then just start doing the stack flip kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know?
So I personally, from my knowledge and what I've had for vermicomposting, is just that pass through the urban worm bin. Um,
Yeah.
I don't I don't have much knowledge on the stacking and this and that. I do know an apple that apparently really likes worms, and he does talk about worms quite a bit. So that would definitely be the dude to talk to about that.
I talked
He's
to him a
got a
bit
lot
this
of.
week.
There you go.
I
So
was like,
yeah,
"Hey,
he's got a lot of knowledge.
can I ask some noob questions real quick?"
Yeah, man. Yep. He knows his worms for sure. And but yeah, man, it's I think this would be kind of my idea and my little knowledge that I have of vermicomposting. I don't think I gave you much. I would say I probably gave you 50 to maybe 100 worms at most.
Yeah,
Um so I don't it's such a small population, and I don't know like they have to be in like perfect conditions to make them happy. But I imagine if you've got plenty of food in there and you're keeping it, damp enough for them and happy, they do produce, they'll start doing their thing, but it's just the time, and getting your
definitely
population up is
babies in
important.
there. So
Yeah. So I imagine from whenever I brought it to you and you started having them and they started doing their work, those cocoons have now probably hatched, and now that's the next generation. And then there should be just a cycle, right? I think you said, was it every 3 months? Again, it's one of those things I really don't know
yeah,
what the life cycle is, but
yeah, I'm not sure either. Without looking it up, I have read it, but
yeah,
can't
I
recall
I
it.
feel like I feel like it's somewhere in there. So it's basically, unless you want to buy more worms, it's just kind of like you just have to work through with what you work through. I think they say, like, again, and it's in the perfect conditions, right? Is like they can chew through a pound of food a day or whatever. Like a pound of worms can process a pound of food. Again, I think
Okay,
that's
that
kind of
makes
like
sense.
more perfect conditions. So I don't know that they can always do that, but I think you're the thing that you want to go for is just trying to keep them as happy as possible and keep them fucking right, and that's by
Yeah,
just putting those fresh things up there to get them all crawling in there. Again, from my little knowledge, from what it's just them rubbing on each other when they're in a frenzy going through all that food. Just them rubbing on them is enough to get one of them, or they both, they have both parts, right? And they get pregnant, and then they just put the cocoons out, and boom, there you go, baby worms.
More sex.
Yep,
This
more
is the how
sex,
babies are made episode.
right? Damn.
Yeah. So I guess what bugged me out was when I looked at the middle bin that's empty, like there were babies down there. So I'm like,
Sweet.
should I put just a little bit in there just so that any babies that fall through won't just starve to death, kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Who
or
knows? I
what?
mean, try it. Fuck around and find out.
I guess you're supposed to put the new bin on top and the old bin in the middle, and then they'll
Okay.
crawl up, and then you swap it, you sift it, swap it.
So are you
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
maybe like you just do one feeding and then you put your material in there, put your one feeding in there, and then put that at the bottom, and then you put the new one on top, and then once they go through that, is that kind of the
But
idea
yeah,
behind
like
them?
you put the new one on top with bedding, and then you
Okay,
start putting compost up there, and then they'll like crawl up
gotcha,
looking for food, and then you can take the middle one out, sift it, pour it back in, put it in the middle, and start the next one, and you just keep
gotcha.
like. So another cool thing, I actually made a sifter out
Okay.
of the remaining materials from this project,
Oh, no
because
kidding.
this. So in order to make this bin, I just needed three, what are they called, tough bins, like the big totes,
Yep.
and then a beer tap on the bottom to let the liquid out of the bottom one.
Okay.
So I had two lids left, and then I also had a bunch of hardware cloth left from uh
From your little
making
city
the
picker.
little city picker, and I made an IMO box. I haven't used it yet, but
Nice. Nice.
so I took the two remaining lids from the totes and I Swiss cheese one with a drill,
Okay.
and then I laid hardware cloth in it, and then I like screwed it in a bunch of places to keep it down. So I figured
Nice.
I could have the one lid and then sift it onto the bottom lid and then pour it.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Try it.
That's the one thing that I hate about doing vermicompost is sifting the worms. I fucking
Yeah.
I fucking put it off, and I put it off, and I put it off, because it's a timely, unless you get like I would love to build like one of those tumblers, just where I could just sit there with a drill and do it, because I hate it. I hate doing it. That's cool, man. And then you said, so you find, I think, since, so speaking on that is your city picker, your little city picker that you made. We hadn't talked about that last episode.
Yep.
What's going on with that? Tell us a little bit more.
So I did plant two bonsais
Okay.
that are alebrijes, and one
Yes,
of
sir.
them is just in like a stone pot, and then the other one is in this mini city picker that I made, where
I love it.
I took a Tupperware and made like a little hardware cloth cage and put it on the bottom, and then cut the corners off so you can
Yep.
pack the dirt in. And then I took a funnel with a long stem and cut it off, and then put it in for the straw.
I
And then
love
I
it.
got our homie New Moon to make me a
Yes,
six
sir.
by six cover for it.
I love it. I
So I
love
have
it.
that going right now. I have a seed in it. I'm just top watering.
Okay.
Just like I'm trying to treat it exactly how I would the normal,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I have
Absolutely.
I can fit I use a clear solo cup when I'm doing seedlings.
Yep.
So it fits perfectly on it, and I
That's
haven't
great.
checked. It may have popped today. I actually was gonna look after we stopped recording, but
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't been down to the garden yet either. Hell, I showed up to the show with my shirt inside out. That's awesome, man. So yeah, you said you did that project. Any other projects since our last get together here?
I'm still growing the little herb garden. They're actually
Okay.
starting to a bunch of them are starting to come out of seedling, and then some of them are just starting to germinate.
Nice. Nice.
And
Now what's your
yeah,
intention for so they were already pre-made kits, right? Like you got the pot with the thing, and it said, this is an herb garden, right?
so it's really silly, but it's It is a one of those like peat pucks,
Okay.
and then a packet of seeds.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But it comes in like a candle jar, candle tin.
Okay.
So you just like fill it halfway with water, put the peat puck in, mix it with a fork, and then
Yeah.
pour the seeds. It's like making tuna fish.
So now I imagine you're going to want to keep them going and keep them happy, otherwise they're going to die off pretty quick. So
Yeah.
you're just going to treat them just like your normal plants that you've been doing? You're going to give them craft blend and all that, and try to keep up with them, or are you just going to kind of let it just come up and get a few things off of it and then let it die down?
So I don't think I can really top dress because maybe when they get bigger, but a lot of them right now, if I were to top dress, they're so small that it would just
Sure.
smother them.
Yeah.
But the instructions on all of them did say to use water soluble newts.
Okay.
So I did make a watering can with a very little bit of the veg mix.
Yeah, the elevate from the soil makers. Yep. Yep.
Yep. So I've been
Nice.
watering them with that. It's like a very, very light dose. And then
Okay.
I just been using that water.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's actually perfect. That's what I've been using to limp along my little bonsais, and that's going to be awesome for you to use as well with your bonsais coming up, because this is your first year really doing the Alabrije grow along with the bonsais. So yeah, that stuff's perfect for it.
Yep.
Well, that'll be cool,
Yeah.
man.
I did two last year, but I broke one and hurt the other. But
That
I'd
that
only been growing for a month at a time.
I would say I think that you had just come on the scene. You were just kind of hanging around Alabrije and Yag right around that time. So yeah, I remember that. That's cool, man. That's cool.
I had the sauce mom going.
How's she doing?
Look, it's starting to grow now. The
Okay.
seedling got super, super tall, and I think it's because I only have the light on 3
Okay.
in that tent because it's
Do you
all
know
like
do you
small
know what
shit.
your PPFD is? Are you
I
reading any
don't.
of that? No. Yeah. That Photon app, man. It's I recommend that to everybody. If you're
Yeah,
ever
I'll have to try
curious,
that.
you could, yeah. So I think it's like you can get like $5 and you can get the LED. You don't have to. You can use the other ones and you just have to do the conversion. But it's like $5, man, and it's super easy. You put like a piece of printer paper over your phone to use. Um, Works great, man. So yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to try that out. I just have it like my 2x2 is pretty short, and I have a lot of small, delicate stuff in there, so I wasn't gonna like blast it full blast.
yeah, no, absolutely,
Also, having
absolutely.
all this stuff, like I didn't want to overheat it because I didn't want to like remove a lot of the humidity
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
because I
Makes
have
sense.
just like shitload of seedlings in there right now, basically of 8 different varieties of plant.
That's cool. That's cool. I love that you're doing this, man. I look forward to, you definitely got to document it some kind of way. Make sure you're keeping us posted with pictures or whatever it
I've
may
been putting
be.
pictures in the Discord
Okay, cool.
of the herb garden.
So how far along is the sauce? What would is she showing any leaves yet, or are we still just kind of at the what are the coda lead on?
No, the first set of leaves started like 2 days ago.
Okay,
So it just
cool,
has
man.
like the first like cross of 2 leaves right
Yeah,
now.
right on.
But it's very, very tall. I actually put more soil in the pot, like right up to the top. So it's like
Oh,
a
okay.
don't fall over, please.
No forward, yeah, yeah. I've even done like I think, well, you've done it before using like a like something as a crutch, right, to kind of like stick it in the soil and then
That's
kind
what I
of,
was thinking. I have like a like shish kebab skewer I can
yeah.
put in.
Yeah, man. So and I guess it'll be cool too because this is your first photo, so you can kind of, you don't have to worry about stunting it. It's just it's gonna, if it grows slow because of the environment or because it's just not happy, it'll just grow slow and eventually will do its thing. So
Yeah. So my goal with that is like once my current run of plants is done, like see what that looks like at that point.
yeah, so you're gonna take all the clones and then you'll veg them out in the city pickers, and that's gonna be sick,
Yeah,
dude.
see what happens.
Yeah.
With
Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully you like it. Have you ever tried the sauce before?
Once someone gave me some once.
Okay. Say, hopefully you like it because you're gonna have a lot of
Yeah,
it.
I did like it. I only ever smoked it one time. Someone
Yeah.
had given me like a nug or something. But
Okay.
um, what's the other thing? I got Jazzy Lobaka is coming down on Thursday
Okay. Yeah, she's looking good, man. She's
or
looking good.
Friday, whatever night mom wants to take the little one. Give me some time to do it.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how she goes. I'm kind of like I said before, I'm jealous because I didn't. Mine's all seeded, so I'll have to try yours.
She got leaves got super pale, which we know that we missed the top dressing with that
Yeah,
by like a week or so. So
yeah,
she's not doing great, but the buds look great. She like the buds are just eating the rest of the plant at this point,
yeah, yeah.
and
They'll
very few white pistils left, so it's getting there.
okay. Have you scoped her at all with your little thing or
I
no?
haven't. I was gonna do that Thursday or Friday.
Okay,
Check it
I
out
think
because
she's
that'll be
pretty darn close.
I think Thursday would be like day 72 or 73.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I feel like there's a couple other people that just harvested or harvested not too long ago. So yeah, I'll check in. I don't think they go super long.
Yeah. I also like I feel like my plants finish like 10 days faster because I stunt them all or like it's like yeah, you need to go to 84 days when there's 6 ounces on it, but when
Yeah.
there's 3 ounces on it, you probably can get away. You know,
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, I guess, I mean,
that one looks like
I
it'd be
don't
about
know.
4 ounces.
Yeah,
Mine, yeah,
she looked good. I mean, she was a good size for sure. I mean, you're filling out it's almost what like wall to wall on that city picker, right? And then it's like a 2 feet or so. So still a
yeah,
good sized plant, man. Yeah,
getting there. My
yeah,
tangy, I checked on the tangy before we got on the call, and it's huge.
dude. So
Or
I'll tell you, all the
yeah,
tangies that I've grown or the tangy crosses, my F3, um, she got tall, and of course I've grown the different crosses. The 91 grapefruit's one of the crosses, so they've got potential to get tall, and everybody else that I've seen. So be ready, get your yo-yos
I
ready.
popped off. I think well, I definitely I feel like I top dressed at the appropriate time this time around.
Okay, yeah, and you were
Since the
using
last time
straw.
you came over and showed me. Yep, I did end up taking most of the straw out. I did leave a little bit in, but
Sure.
when I was trying to scratch everything in, it was all just clumping together, and I was like, all right. So I
Yeah,
actually figured I would take that straw and use that for the next round of worm bedding.
there you go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know the intent. I mean, because you can let straw break down, right? But I think
Yeah.
that takes a while, and I don't know if that. I don't think that that gives off any imbalances, but I know it's definitely like you don't want too much of it breaking down and not enough green material. I don't know if that's considered like brown material and green material, and they kind of got to break down together. But I've
Well,
heard
speaking of
too
the
much.
straw, some of the straw germinated, and I have grass growing in my city pickers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow. Huh. Nice.
I mean,
Is
it
it?
has to be, right? That's the only like where else would it be coming from?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't give you any cover crop or anything, so you don't have any. And then
No,
no,
never used
yeah.
anything like that. But so each city picker has like 3 or 4
Oh
blades of
shoot, man,
grass coming
that's
up in
pretty
random
cool.
spots. So when I
Nice.
top dressed, I just like pulled them out, laid them down, put it over top, put the top dress
Yep.
on it.
Yeah, that'll
It's
work.
pretty funny. Yeah. Also, so yeah, Tangy is like probably like a foot and a half tall now or something. And it's
And
on day
what day?
21.
Yeah, man. And she stretches, so yeah. You if she's already like that, yeah.
I don't know about you, but usually the first day you put the city picker cover on. So you do like your top dress and then top water, put the cover on, and then next day you fill the res. That's
Yep.
always like the best day, I feel like.
Yeah.
I always come home from work and it's like doubled in size. I'm like, oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, once they hit that water, man, they're on cruise control. Um, it's amazing, man. I know it's a big thing a lot of us in the community preach about is the city pickers, the earth boxes, auto pots, any type of sub irrigated planter is it. That's the truth, man. It's the way to go.
my my Nuka cheese is on the
Okay, she
same
looking
day.
good.
Like half as tall, but twice as bushy. So I think it's just different shaped plant. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Nice, dude.
it's looking
This
pretty
this will be
good.
a good run. This will be a good run. I'm telling you.
And then I have it's on like day 4 or 5. I have seedling of citrus bubblegum.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I actually saw a couple other people in the community. Actually, I think Judas just bought himself a pack of that. So I guess some people seem to like it. So that'll be
Me
exciting.
and me and Tree Jays. I think it was like 6 months ago or something. Maybe a
Hmm.
little bit before that, but they were doing a sale. It might have been for Christmas or New Year's or something. But they were doing a sale where it was like buy 2 packs and get 3 packs.
Oh no shit.
So it was something crazy like that where him and I each threw in like 20 or $30 and we ended up with 7 packs of seeds or something ridiculous.
Damn. Yeah,
So
I
him
think
and I
you've
just
given me
split all that.
some. You've given me some of those too. So that'll be cool to
Yeah,
see.
we just loaded up. It's a good sale.
Yeah, man. Hey, you can't beat it, man. I've been doing pretty good. The wife's been pretty tight on me about buying extra seeds. So um
Well,
I
you
just try
never
to.
need seeds ever again though. So
Yeah, I know. And that's been the one thing too that's been kind of keeping me at bay. Though there is the Wolf Pack that's coming out soon. And speaking of the
yeah,
Wolf Pack, this the Yag Boys that just had their 100th episode. So congratulations to
hell yeah.
them.
Congrats.
And we appreciate the shout outs and the kind words that you had for us. So um, but yeah, the Wolf Pack from BGG's coming out, and I think that's the 26th of this month. So
Oh,
don't
I didn't
miss
even
it.
realize it was that close.
Yeah, man. Yep,
See,
right
this
around
is
the
why I
corner.
do to-do list reminders. I I have no sense of time.
Yeah. Yep. So just yep. But so that one should be cool. That one should be cool. I'm definitely not going to miss that one. So
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm just gonna buy all of them. I just can't miss them this time. So even though
I know.
I missed the last drop, even though
I
I
think
had the reminder.
I think he only made 20 of them, and he gave one away on Yag, so I think there's only
Yeah,
19 available. So don't fucking miss it.
yeah, that's gonna be a quick one.
Yeah.
So, the only other big thing with my garden this week is I successfully harvested mushrooms for the first time.
Okay. All right. Nice. What kind of mushrooms were they?
Uh, I think I think one was just called oysters, and the other one was
Yeah. Yeah.
called golden oysters.
Nice. Nice.
So
So
I
you had a
bought them
successful.
at Walmart the same time I bought all the little herb garden things.
Okay.
I bought those the same day. I literally just went to the garden clearance. I went to the garden clearance looking for those mushroom things, and they
Okay.
were in there, and I was just like,
Yeah.
because everything was like $2 or $4. I was just like, okay, here.
Dude, those are the best. I love walking through that aisle. They always have some great stuff for sure.
So I had those going for the past couple of weeks. The grain or was it substrate?
Hmm.
It comes like all the mycelium's already
Pre-colonized,
there.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all you have to do is slit the bag open, you soak it in water for a little bit, and then you just sit it upright and let it do its thing. I have a
Yeah.
little green tent or greenhouse tent thing
Yep.
that I put them in just to keep like dust and stuff away from it.
Sure.
And
Keeps the
then
humidity up and keeps them all nice and happy for sure.
So I harvested. I had a bunch of stuff come in the mail, so I think I harvested a little too late,
Okay.
and it was because I was waiting for mushroom dryer to come in the mail.
Yeah.
But I dried them out, or I harvested them. I dried them out, and then I gave them to my mom because my mom makes this. I think she calls it umami powder, right?
Hmm. Okay.
So like with a lot of vegetarian and vegan dishes, which she's not, but she does. She was raised vegetarian, so she still cooks a lot of vegetarian, even though she's not. Plus, my wife's vegetarian, so
Gotcha.
whenever she
Gotcha.
makes like vegetarian dishes, she puts this like mushroom powder in it to kind of replace the umami flavor that you're missing from having meat.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I gave those to her. She's gonna make a little spice blend with it. She adds like garlic and salt and pepper and stuff to it.
No shit. Well, that'd be cool, man. Nice. And then, do you have any intentions on growing more mushrooms from here? You gonna get some more oysters?
I want to see what other stuff I noticed on like Amazon and like at Target and a lot of other sites. There's all different brands that just do those like slit the box open and get mushrooms
Yeah, yeah. There's a
kind of
lot of cool
thing.
websites, man. The mycology world is pretty cool, man. You know that I've been
Yeah,
bit by the bug, so I love that stuff, man. I definitely that's definitely something that I need to get more knowledge of, and I need to try more because I love
yep. It was
it.
definitely a fun experience. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty grotesque looking. Like 'kay,
it's wild.
the tent's right by my desk, so like I walk past it to go sit down and work every day. And I just like the first few days, I was just like, "Oh, jeez!" like
Yeah, man.
tentacle monsters coming out for me.
Yeah, it's wild. The Earth's digestion, right? It's like the mushrooms are stuff that digests things that are dying, right?
Yeah,
So pretty cool.
I'm trying to get a second flush off them right now, but I'm not sure if I will. It's been
Yeah.
what tomorrow will be day 7 since I
Okay.
harvested, and there's no movement at all, like no pins or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much knowledge in the culinary, the oysters, but I don't know how long they go between flushes, and if it's where you got to like soak the cake again, or if you got to spray it, or you just leave it alone.
It comes with a
Um,
mister, and I've been misting
okay.
it like probably once a day, once every two
Hmm.
days, maybe. I don't know if it's enough or not, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it comes with like
Again,
a little
I really
tiny
don't know.
spray bottle,
Huh. Okay.
like a like breath mint.
Oh, who's a good we'll have to go bend Flammulated Owl. I know he's got quite a knowledge of mushrooms as well. So a lot of culinary and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I was thinking, I was like, for my garden next summer, like, can I make a lot of mushrooms and like peppers and onions, and like, can I make a stir fry from scratch
That'd be
out
cool.
of out of the garden, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I've seen people do that where they pick a specific dinner and then that's what they plant in their garden. And then they're like, I can have this dinner for like it's my favorite dinner and I can make it fresh all summer, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. And
Also,
you could even grow those mushrooms outside. You could plant it. There's a how early you'd have to put them out there, and they'll once you inoculate the ground with that, as long as you keep that um, environment going and you don't overpick it. I mean, you'll have wild mushrooms growing, in your backyard for who knows how long.
yeah, yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Damn. Have you seen those seed lollipops
No,
where
I think you've talked about it.
yeah, it's like a whole um it's like all the vegetables for a certain dinner as a lollipop. You just plant it
Just
in the
plant it.
ground.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I think I think you showed me some earlier this year. Yeah, that
I
looks like
had
a pretty
two
cool
of
idea.
them, but they were just for one plant.
Okay.
I actually haven't checked that. One of them was carrots, and it's in with my tomatoes, and I've never even looked. to see if there's anything there.
No shit. Yeah, you'll have to dig around, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The other thing we were talking about earlier today, I had asked you if you ever had a Dutch tulip before.
Yeah, yeah. No. No clue what that was. It was I was packing one of my cones when I went to go hang out with BGG, and this thing has been fucking awesome, man. You just add your shit in there and then you just pack it right down, and you had said something about a Dutch tulip and I had no clue what you were talking about. So, what the fuck is that?
So yeah, I was like reminiscing, and I remember like years ago I had it was like a PDF I had downloaded that was a book that was 10 ways to roll a joint or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was one of them I learned how to do from that book. So you take rolling papers and then you fold it into a triangle and then glue it so it makes a cone. And then you can
Hmm.
put like a straw in it and then tie it off and then you can smoke like the bulb. And
Huh.
then there's also people who will roll a joint instead and just attach so that way once the bulb runs out it's just a regular joint. You can keep
No
smoking
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Or how
no.
to do like the cross joint,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I I am terrible at rolling joints, and I've never learned, and I've never really had the desire to learn. It's quite the art, man, and I give it to you for anybody that can roll a joint. Not me, not this guy.
I feel like I do it different than most people, or at least the
Yeah.
people who tried to teach me, I do it different from them.
Huh.
But
It's
so like
definitely
I
an
know
art, man.
a lot of people like do this to like
Okay.
tuck the paper in and then start rolling. I will like put my pointer fingers on it and then flip it over and then just like
Hmm.
do a quarter roll and then you can just roll it up. It's hard to explain, but I kind of just
I,
like pinch, rotate, and then go instead of like tucking.
yeah, I give it to you. I
But I've
believe
been
you.
told I roll fast.
Okay.
So I've had
You should have went
people,
to the Blunt Wars.
right? Now blunts are not my strong suit. The
No.
longer it gets, the harder it is to roll, right?
Okay. I mean, I have a hard time with small paper, so it's all hard.
Well, good thing about like breaking down a full blunt is like even if you screw up rolling the wrap, you can like finagle the leaf to be extra tight and kind of fix it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
I have messed with like the backwoods. I don't mind the backwoods. Those I can kind of roll. That's because you're just kind of rolling it as it's laying down. But
my favorite, well, I started off with like Dutch Master, and my favorite of breaking down a full cigar is the Greenleaf game, just because
okay.
those taste
Yeah.
so good. But
Yeah.
my favorite, like my go-to, because I only smoke blunts like maybe once a year when I get the
Sure.
hankering for it, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I usually get Bluntville. Have you seen those?
No. No.
It's pretty cool. It's like so you buy it and it's one cigar, but you get I think three blunts out of it.
Hmm.
So so when you unwrap it, the leaf comes off and the wrap comes off together, and it's already cut to be a square, so it just looks like a big paper.
I don't know shit.
But you can unwrap it three times before you get
Hmm.
to the middle. So you can like roll three blunts off of it.
Damn.
It's
Oh.
like a little stoner secret where it's like you can unwrap the cigar multiple times. It's really like it has to be intentional.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never
It's
been
like
much of
well,
a blunt guy.
me neither.
Yeah.
Mostly in college when there's like blunts are good if you have like five or more people smoking, kind of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. I can see that.
Because then you're not packing it halfway through the circle or running out halfway through. So you gotta have like
Yeah.
three joints going.
Yeah. That's true.
Everyone hits at once. Like
Yeah. True. True.
it's definitely a crowd thing.
Yeah. Very true.
Another thing that happened this week, I got the Puffco Peak.
Fucking A, man. How do you like it?
I think it's pretty cool. I definitely prefer it to using a blowtorch.
Yeah, yeah. I'm jealous, man. That's definitely one that I want to get. So
I feel like I have to use more than when I'm using the nectar collector. I feel like nectar collector, you can just like touch it to the head of a
Yeah.
pin and get a good rip. Where this, I
Oh
have to
yeah.
like put a glob in every time.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely I find it I love my electronic devices, but there's nothing that's going to replace a banger or using a nectar collector. I think that's always going to be the best hit that I like, but I find that those the electrical ones and you probably find it with this peak is you definitely get the a good amount of flavor, I think, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was
So
gonna ask, like, say you were to take some rips off of a nectar collector and take some rips off of the proxy. Do you feel that with one or the other, you would have to use more rosin for the same session, or do you think
I
it's
I mean
equal?
I find like when yeah, I mean I think with the nectar collector, I'd probably do a little bit less because I'm taking that big, huge hit at once. And if I was
Yeah,
to take that same amount of rosin and put it inside of, one of the electronic vapes, I feel like it, I feel like it lasts a little bit longer because I personally like to have it at a really low setting, so I'm kind of burning it off just a little bit lower. Or you get a little more of the taste more of the terps instead of getting that quick hit. So I find it lasts a little bit longer in those.
I have it on the second weakest setting. What
Okay.
it's like what green, blue, red, and then white.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So I have it on like blue. I had it on the
Nice.
lowest setting, but I felt like it felt like wasteful.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, because I feel like the session would turn off, and then it would just like the bulb would still be hot, and it would just run off a bunch of it. But
Yeah.
the second most powerful setting is, or second weakest setting is,
So, yeah. Yeah.
it's pretty
I
good.
really like it. I'm one of these days when I can talk my wife into letting me get one. I'll definitely get one, and I like they've got like the cool glass pieces or. I'm sure you could get like a ceramic piece made for it, so then you can accessorize with your paraphernalia.
Yeah, I've been looking for accessories for that. I found on Etsy people make little trays that
Oh
will
yeah,
it'll hold that, and it'll hold the bowl and your Q-tips and everything.
I love it, man.
Cool.
All the
I
little
did find
stoner
that.
accessories.
I found this while I was cleaning, so I was like, "What can I
There
use
you
this
go.
for?"
Yep. Fucking weed. Right.
Right?
I love it. That's awesome, man.
Shit. Um. All right. So before we wrap up here, I did watch a movie this week. I assume you haven't watched a lot of TV,
I have
being in
been
the woods.
running. Yeah, man. I have not been in front of much TV, so I'll tell me what you got to say.
All right, so my friend hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I found this found footage horror movie on YouTube,
Okay.
and it's called Milk and Cereal, but cereal spelled Serial,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
serial killer."
Yep.
And so it's a found footage movie about two YouTubers that prank each other for YouTube, and then
Okay.
it's the one's birthday, and then the other one's gonna like fake a shooting with like fake blood and putting blanks in the gun and shit
Oh shit.
to try to scare the other guy. And then like that's about as much as I can tell you without, because it just like after that it's just like
That's wild.
barrels on, right? And
No
it's
kidding.
super crazy. And
How
but
long
I
is
will
it?
say, oh, it's like an hour and 2 minutes or something. It's a pretty short movie.
Okay. I might have to check it out. You'll have
But
to send me the link.
yeah, the full thing's on their YouTube channel. Funny thing is, and why I wanted to bring it up is because they started off as a comedy sketch, like short videos.
Oh no shit.
So I was like, okay, that's our people.
Yeah, right. That's cool, man. That's cool.
I guess they had a budget of like $800, but like I would have watched this movie in a theater
No
and been
shit.
fine with it. I mean,
Wow.
even if you
Okay.
think about like other found footage movies, like Blair Witch Project, like they kind of
Yeah.
look they have to look shitty by nature because the whole point of the movie is that it's a normal person holding the
Right.
camera, right?
Yeah. No, very true. Very true. Yeah. It's got its
So
place for sure.
you could pull it off. Yeah, I personally I love found footage horror
Yeah.
movies. They're so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, this movie was great. It had a lot of really good plot twists. The acting was good. And yeah, go check it out. They,
Sweet. You'll have to post a link in the Discord. So if you want to find it,
yeah,
come
well,
find us.
yeah, the whole instead of trying to put it in theaters or anything like that, they just posted the whole thing on their YouTube channel.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
They did say that there was like a 20-minute longer cut of it. So I'm hoping they drop that sometime, even if they put it up on like Shudder or one of those
Now,
streaming services.
is this someone you this group, is this you've been following them for a while, or someone new
Nope.
you kind of stumbled upon?
This is the first thing of theirs I've ever watched.
Oh no shit. Okay.
My homeboy texted me, was like, "Yo, you're gonna love this movie," and just sent me the link, and I was like, "All right."
Sweet. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right
So
on, man.
before we wrap it up here, is there anything else you want to talk about? Do you have anything upcoming?
Man, I not that I know of quite yet. I mean, we've got the show for next week. I've got a lot to talk about, and I'm really excited. And I'm kind of, it's killing me not to talk about it, but we're gonna save it for next week. So that's just tune in for next week. So that's all I've got.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
And me, so Thursday I'm in Las Vegas, and Friday I'll be
Yeah.
performing 2 shows in Milwaukee.
It's a busy week for you, dude.
Busy
I'll
week.
try
I'm on the road this week.
I'll try to keep the hold the fort down.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna make videos and lift weights. We'll see
Oh
what
yeah.
happens.
Cool, man.
All right.
Well, it's been real.
Yep. All right.
Catch you later.
Peace, y'all.